Hello, 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 guys. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a wonderful time here. Next up is FOK with SUPERHOT. So feel free to introduce yourself and start whenever you want.
It's me, FOK. I play video games like this, SUPERHOT, one of the most innovative games I ever played. Sometimes other games like Batman, Dishonored. That's all of that. Doesn't really matter right now.
Only moves within game, so enemies, bullets, your own bullets, they only move when you start moving. So it's essentially set as a puzzle game, but how can you do game fast if you don't move? So essentially we try to minimize the amount of time that we're standing still. Part of that is jumping. Jumping is ever so slightly faster than just walking around. And you'll also notice that FOK is he's quitting out of each level as soon as he kills the last red guy, because that will advance the game. So it's actually quicker to exit out of each game and mash enter to enter the next level. So in this game, you've got a choice of weapons. At the start, you'll just have a pistol. Pistol has 4 bullets, and you'll notice that there's a little reticle that spins around. And when that clips back in, that's to say that the shot is reloaded. But once you've fired 4 shots, it will run out of ammo. At that point, you can throw the pistol. You can even throw it beforehand by right-clicking. If you throw something at an enemy, it will make them drop their gun, normally fly towards you. You can pick it up with a full mag. The skip that he's just done there is called a chat box skip. So in this game, the whole story is that you're being contacted by someone else over the internet to come and play this game. After some levels, it will come up with a big chat box that you can read if you wanted to advance the story and read a bit more into that. But with speedruns, we don't want to read things that we don't have to. So essentially what we he can't read. So essentially what we do is one, we run it in Chinese because text is quicker for the mandatory chat boxes, which we do have later on in the game. But 2, for the ones that we can skip, essentially you're mashing enter to hit the superhot.exe to go to the next level. The game detects that input, then the chat box comes up, and you can skip it before it opens by pressing escape. Then the input has already been entered onto the superhot.exe and it will load straight into the next level. This level is called Fight Club, and at the start of Fight Club, you want to try and jump onto enemies. If you jump onto enemies, that's another way of killing them. And you also get a wide range of melee weapons in this game. Some which are a one-hit kill, such as a katana. Some which you can only throw like bottles. And at the end, we've been introduced to the shotgun here, which has 2 shots, but each one with a wide spread. We've also got a punching mechanic in this game.
Get katana.
We've got the punching mechanic in the game. So when it comes to punching, it's a 3-hit kill on any enemy, or it can be a 2-hit punch with a throw or something along those lines, like you could throw a gun and then punch twice. And it also staggers and again will make them drop their weapon. In this level, you also get the first introduction of the katana, which is a 1-hit kill. Now, you can also slice through walls with the katana, which can be used at different points. You can throw the katana, which throws it in a straight line. Will go through one enemy. If there's one directly behind it, it will also crash into them. And again, 1-hit kills. And there's also some challenge categories where at the start of the game, you only get the katana and you can't pick up anything else throughout the whole run, where you go through and do every level where there's different strats. So yeah, there's endless options.
This guy has a record in that challenge, by the way.
Thank you. I like to do the katana mode fast, but yeah, I haven't done any percent in a long time. So this is one of the mandatory chat boxes that we get. Now you do have to actually type on the keyboard, so you can just type anything, and what it will do is it will fill the box with the actual words that the story wants to put in. However, to make it quicker, for some reason the game detects mouse movements as keyboard inputs, so you just wiggle your mouse around a lot, and it will fill the chat boxes. And again, there was another skip there where we were just mashing superhot.exe, press escape when the little thing comes up. This is another story-based level. You don't see this in the challenge runs because it's physically not on the select list. You can see FOK there is just holding the back key. So in Chinese, essentially, it's training you, saying that you're a good dog. This level is called Dog 1. So you're basically doing what he says. So he tells you to walk around. The fastest way to consistently do that is just to hold backwards into the wall. Then he tells you to stand still. You stand still. And then when he says the words good dog, the story progresses and you can quit out and advance to the next level. This is Hospital. When I first played this game, this was probably the hardest level for me casually. It gets quite confusing with all the different places the enemies are coming from, and then you go straight into Donut, where at the start you get a nice little crowbar, smash a couple enemies, pick up the gun, jump over, yeah, nice and easy. But again, these two levels where I see them as sort of circular levels, they do become quite disorientating for a casual player. Even for me now, I get lost, and sometimes the spawns depend on where you are in relation to them. Most of the time, they are very consistent where they're going to be.
Donut is one of the most consistent, I think, levels.
Yeah. So this one that we just did was another story one where he tells you to dance and just run around, and then he tells you to get shot. So there is a sequence of events that is the fastest in terms of dodging the bullets and then ending up in the right spot to get shot the quickest to end the level and progress it further. In that level there, at the end, what FOK did was he managed to get himself behind a certain wall, and for some reason, so at the end of the corridor, two enemies will spawn with AR rifles, which fire multiple shots, and you've got 3 lots of those multiple shots from an AR rifle. If you go to the left-hand side, for some reason, one of the red guys on the right-hand side will look to the left, and he will shoot his own teammate.
For that reason, he still tracks you and, yeah, accidentally shoots his teammate.
Just because the guy on the left-hand side that we're looking at, he's very slightly in front from the spawn. So, yeah when he tracks you, the bullets track over and take him out instead.
That's smart stone shit.
We're hitting some more bits of the story. So, essentially, the guy's been really controlling and saying you don't want to play this game, etc. Stop playing this game. But he's just baiting us because he knows we want to pick the game back up and shoot more red guys. But this is, again, one of the mandatory chat boxes, and again, why we play in Chinese, because it takes up less characters to fill the screen, and it, over the course of a run, when you've got longer chat boxes like this, you end up saving quite a bit of time. So FOK is just wiggling his mouse around, fill the chat boxes, smashing enter, finishing it as soon as possible. So that's the quickest way around that.
There's a question in chat about speedrun of this in VR. Yes, there is. Actually, last year there was a guy who was running SUPERHOT VR, and the run is pretty sick. Probably one of the best on the large GTQs. And yeah, there is a board for it. You can find it on speedrun.com.
It's weird because I didn't see that in the chat, but thank you for picking that up. Yeah, I tried a SUPERHOT VR run. It is very taxing. I'd rather go to the gym. It was absolutely insane how much effort it takes because remember, time only moves again when you move, so you've got to keep moving within VR, your whole body, to keep the time going, to do it as fast as possible. So probably a little bit more of a workout, and then we might be able to try that one again. But SUPERHOT VR is a very, very fun game, probably one of the best VR games out there.
Especially the earlier VR era.
Yeah,
2016.
it was one of the first as well.
Yeah, 2016.
So we just finished meeting. Before we get into a little bit of a funny break within the game, we're essentially like halfway through. So within this bit, this little hopping bit here, you play as a character and you go up and punch yourself in the back of the head playing this game. It's a little bit meta. But essentially what happens now is we're waiting for an audio cue for the new chat box to load up. You'll hear it like a little ping.
Don't mind that.
Once that happens, we physically have to quit out of the game. The game will not progress if you do not quit out of the game. So there's a big chat box that happens. And then at the end of that chat box, if you try and click superhot.exe to go and play again, it won't let you in. You have to quit the game. It comes up with this funny BIOS writing to show that it's been corrupted. And you start trying to talk to one of your, inverted quotes, IRL friends about this game and how it's being all weird and stuff, but it keeps on changing your text to superhot over and over again. And yeah, this is about the halfway point, and we're about to be introduced to a new mechanic, which is called hot switching. Hot switching is essentially swapping places with one of the red guys. So it has a recharge timer, like reloading, which recharges with movement. And you can see that at the top of the screen after you've done it, there's like some weird fuzziness. You swap places, which kills the body that you were in. And if they were holding a weapon, they will drop the weapon that they've got. What it doesn't mean is that you can't throw a weapon at a guy, hot switch into him to take his place, and then pick up the weapon that's coming your way. It's quite useful in katana runs. Sometimes it's used within any percent runs, but in the katana runs, there's a level in particular where you will throw the katana up to the top level, which will stick in the wall. The hot switch into and the weapon's there for you to continue, because you can only use the katana. Everyone prepare your ears. Superhot is being spammed. We all love a little bit of hot soup. And this is the first instance of hot switching, so it introduces you to the mechanic quite nicely. See there, FOK again backed against the wall to increase the amount of time, which brought the two guys together, and hopefully you hit both of them with the shotgun.
Oh, hopefully.
This is the stair level on a construction site. This is the one that I was talking about with the katana. That guy at top, instead of going left like FOK does here on the any percent run, you throw the katana up top, and it sticks in the wall, and you hot switch into that guy at the top to carry on with the katana. It's just a more faster and consistent way of getting through the level, so the strats do differ depending on what kind of run you're doing. This is Office, probably the worst level in the game. That's just my honest opinion. I absolutely hate this one. You can get so lost, and so do the AI. Sometimes they will just run around the office cubicles and get absolutely lost, and you have to jump up on a desk to find them. But you can spend ages, well, when we say ages, seconds, but seconds in speedrunning.
I actually just recently got a gold with just absolutely gibberish movement, and it was a gold on my split. Somehow.
Yeah, we're going to get some lore cutscenes. I say cutscenes, they're not really cutscenes, but you know what I mean. Lore within, in between levels, where it's like, do you want to keep playing the game? Yes. And then it's asking you to take over this thing called the core, and it's essentially brainwashing you. I have no idea what the core is, but we've got to take over it. Again, with the AR, if you're holding down the left click button, it will just keep continually firing until the magazine's empty. I believe it's each clip does 4 bullets, doesn't it? 4 or 5?
3, I think. One click.
This one's called Train, which has a really weird opening. For some reason, sometimes if you get a little bit too overzealous and you hold forward to start the level, it will put you in a weird part. You're meant to start on top of a train and then jump down to continue the fight against 3 others. But sometimes if you just hold it during the loading screen, it will actually spawn you in a different part of the map, and you have to restart, which just costs a little bit of time. One thing I didn't mention is that also something to pay attention to if you're playing this game is your hitbox. your hitbox is basically it's like a thin sheet of A4 paper. It's extremely wide. It is the length that you see on the screen. However, it's extremely thin. So if you've got a bullet coming at you, you could literally just turn 90 degrees and have it whiz by your face because you are so thin. But essentially, if you see it coming at the edges of you, you will be hit. So we're now on to the last level before we hit the final level. So this is the last normal level of the game, and in challenge runs, this is where the challenge runs would end. But the actual game has one last bit, which I think is a pretty cool way of doing like an end game boss. So we do a little bit of bunny hop here down this corridor. This bit's pretty consistent. It's just all about timing and making sure that you jump at the right times. So the boss level on this has 3 stages. Essentially what we have to do I had no deaths.
Yeah.
Your movement is nuts.
Gotta get on it. Gotta get on the grind.
But I really think that the key part to this game is the movement.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be optimized so well to go fast because of how the time and how that works with you being in the air, and making sure that you don't stop still at any point to make sure the bullets keep flying. If you're fast at movement, you will be fast at this game.
This game is very easy to learn, but very hard to master. and so
Yeah, I totally agree.
I recommend to give it a shot. You can always join the server and ask us there about any questions you have with the game, with some skips we have here. And also, never forget to go to my channel, FOKKER4 on Twitch, and just FOK on YouTube. You can find it also on my Twitch. And also, one more thing, I'll do a quick shill. On 2nd July, 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, I think that's how it's translated, I'll be on Games Done Quick. Maybe you heard about this small charity event.
It's just very small.
Just small one, smaller than this one for sure. And I'll be running Zoner there, so come join, watch me, and it will be super fun.
Yeah, as he said, always come and join in the Discord. We're always very happy to help new runners out, and sometimes we even learn new things. We've had a couple of new guys recently who have come in and absolutely ripped the game to shreds in terms of coding and found out stuff that we didn't know before. So
yeah, literally broke the game apart.
It's always a pleasure to get new people in. But as you said, super easy to pick up, hard to master. But if you put the time into it, there's no reason why you can't be up there.
So yeah, I guess that will be it. Bye.
Bye, I guess.